Oh goodness, 7:30. The fog is lifted. We're still running. It's 9:15. Going up to Fort Worth, Texas. We're gonna go have lunch with the Good Trouble Club over at the Post. I think at the East River. I think it's River East. That's where we're headed, and then we're gonna be in Arlington at Jay Gilligan's. Got George back there on the camera. Don't worry, I'm not filming and driving. I got Marty with us today, our general counsel. That's a rarity that he gets on the road with us. But I'll tell you what, this campaign is all about everything we've been going through in this country. All about the real stuff, all about the pain. And we're going to get through it all. This guy, Zach Bryan, this guy is a goddamn genius. He's just a genius. If you haven't listened to him, I'd recommend you listen to Zach Bryan. This guy's fantastic because he talks about our pain. He talks about what we've been going through. He talks about life like nobody else. We had a debate earlier whether he was Mumford and Sons or who else did you say he was? Wilco. Okay, so George says this is the, 2000s Mumford and Sons when they come out.
I said this was Gen X's version of Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll tell you what, he's life to me. His life and pain and everything else. It makes me feel good, and sometimes he makes me cry, kind of, right? But this album is interesting. It's called American Heartbreak. We've been living in this heartbreak for a little bit. My opponent in this race, Ted Cruz, says that I shouldn't run on a campaign that says we're broken. I don't know about you, but when 19 kids and 2 teachers die and the cops wait outside and do nothing, just scared of a gun, I'd say we're broken on guns. I have a whole mess of guns. I have a whole bunch of them. I don't have an AR-15 and I don't own one and I don't need one. We've got to fix this thing so no other kid dies. Those parents in Uvalde, they're my friends. In some ways, they're like family to me. And they're the bravest people I know. They keep fighting for their kids, and they're fighting for your kids. I know you don't know that, but they're fighting for your kids because they don't want anybody to ever have to go through this pain. It's god-awful. This morning, I woke up to a Facebook post by April Elrod, McKenna's mom, talking about a poem about her new normal. I urge everybody to read this poem about what's normal when you lose a child like this, such gun violence, and what life is about. You send them off to school one day and they're gone in a moment, in a flash. We've got to figure this out, folks. We got to do this together as we march across this state. And I know there's a lot of bullshit out there about money and politics and all that crap. Listen, we're going to keep on talking to people. There's no amount of money out there that's going to be the people's voice on the things that matter most to us. We're broken on reproductive rights. When I get up there in the U.S. Senate, we're going to tell Chuck Schumer, hey, we're going to take this filibuster and it's done, man. Because 70% of Americans want to codify Roe, and we want to be able to have a woman have her own free reproductive rights, her own decisions with her doctor. We're broken on guns, and we need to fix that too. And so we're going to break the filibuster on that. We're going to fix everything that's broken, from college affordability to just being able to make ends meet. So you want to know what this campaign's about? This campaign is about all our collective pain. Whether that's economic pain, whether that's just you trying to figure out how you're going to put your kid into college. Hell, just pay the groceries. Now, we're going to do this together. But under no circumstances are we going to do that playing with the footsie with the other side. No amount of bipartisan incrementalism bullshit is going to fucking win the day on this thing. We've got to fight for our values. We've got to fight for what makes us great as humans, not Democrats and Republicans, as humans. And what makes us great as humans is when we work together, when we don't divide each other, when we understand that some poor immigrant looking for a dream didn't ruin our health care in Texas, They didn't ruin our education in Texas. They didn't ruin our economy in Texas. That immigrant's not the fault. It's not the fault of them that loose Republican gun laws are killing our kids and keeping women in shackles. Come on, we should know better. And by the way, Congress needs to fix that too, right? Senators and Washington politicians need to come together and fix all those problems. All they do is talk shit. And listen, it's time. It's time that we all get together and push back and work towards a future that's for all of us, where we all just have that chance. That's what our president talks about. Just give us a little bit of a chance. Get your foot off our necks. Corporate America's been screwing us for a long, long time, and Republicans along with them have been screwing us for a long time. We just want a chance, man. And so if you wanted to know what we're about, that's what it's about. It's about pain. And how we're going to get through this together. But more importantly, if you're frustrated, like me, you're going to get in your car and you're going to pick up a friend and you're going to take him out to vote next March 5th. And you're going to say, let's go change this world. Early voting starts on the 20th. There's something about driving across this state. When I was a little kid, I'll tell you a funny story as I close out. When I was a little kid, all I wanted to do was be a trucker. Imagine that. There was this show called BJ and the Bear about a truck driver and his pet monkey driving across the United States solving crimes. As crazy as that sounds, there's something very therapeutic about driving across this state and talking to people every day and every night. Realizing this one thing. Same. No matter what color, we want the same things and the same dreams. Usually when you're young, you're so ambitious. Well, you want to go conquer. When you have children, all your dreams and all your ambitions just turn to those little kids. And that's it. And those families across this state that I talk to, those moms and dads, they just want a better tomorrow for their children. So when you're out there dragging that new person to vote, and they tell you, man, those politicians aren't going to fix our problems, and nothing that the politician's going to do is going to change what happens in this country. And you finally drag them out, and they just agree just to get you off. And maybe you a thing or two. You tell them that you participate. 19 kids and 2 teachers died. Because that's what happens. That's how we're going to beat Ted this November. We're going to beat them in the name of children, because they did not die in vain. They did not die in vain. And we're going to do this for our children, so that they don't have to live, so that they can live their lives. They can live their dreams. And we're going to do it for those parents who lost their children, that are out there fighting for us every day. I love you. My name is Roland Gutierrez. We're going to beat Ted Cruz together. We're going to beat truckers. And we'll grab people and we're going to take them out to vote. And that's how we're going to beat Ted Cruz in a real way. In a real way. And that's how we're going to. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys this afternoon. The Good Trouble Club at
Post at River East.
The Post at River East. 11:30. Be there a few minutes late. We're going to get there. We'll see you at Jay Gilligan's in Arlington. Know we got a fundraiser this evening and probably another stop in between.
Tomorrow we're in Collin County.
Tomorrow, Collin County for the
Johnson
Richard. Back to Austin and San Antonio. And then Sunday, the big debate with my opponent. Finally, he's showing up. We got to thank old Colin for giving us one debate. We had about 3 networks ask us to debate. They've refused his campaign. That's all right. 4. But he's going to show up to the AFL-CIO. It's not going to be televised, but hope it online, and there'll be some kind of real-time live. The world needs to see there's a difference for sure, and you have a choice to make. They're all but we have differences of opinion on how we're going to get done. Decisions for you. But Sunday around 1 o'clock,
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock.
live streaming on Texas AFL-CIO.
Live streaming Texas AFL-CIO and a few other organizations. Twitter, Facebook. Go check us out. I look forward to seeing you on this trail over the course of the next 38 days, 37 days, 36 days. We're going to do this together. I love you. Y'all be well. Have a good evening. Have a good day. And we'll figure out how we're going to get through this fog together. But you know, when you get out in the fog, I'll close with this one. Probably lose a vote or two. I'm a good Catholic, sometimes a little bit of a cafeteria Catholic. I'll pick and choose what I want. But I saw this scripture verse, little Old Testament, Isaiah 58:10. I saw this about 2 weeks ago. I've been talking about it ever since. I don't know if it was somebody on TV or the news or something, you know. Who knows? It said, if you spend yourself for the country, yourself for the hungry, and if you defend the oppressed, then you will live in the light of day. You will live in the light. So we drive through this fog, kind of like life. Sometimes it's a little foggy. Sometimes it's a little hard. Sometimes it's a little hard to distinguish the good from the bad, the right road from the wrong road. God knows we've all made mistakes in life, but I'll tell you, you just got to keep going forward, and I'm probably going to be all right. Oppressed. That's how he's right. That's how all of us were told. A few of us have lost our way on that. I promise you, when you help the hungry and you defend the oppressed, better, and wake up better, and you'll have real purpose in your life. And money and all that crap, it won't matter. It won't matter for nothing. The only thing we got to do is be there for our kids, do the best we can. So get out there today, do the best you can, and be careful out on the road. There's a bit of fog. But in the end, we will see the light of day. I'll be well. God bless you. See you folks in Arlington. See you in Fort Worth in a minute. God bless. My name is Roland Gutierrez. Together we're going to be Ted Cruz.